What in the world, boy? It's your boy Big Low Country. What in the world, man? We here. Look, for everybody that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate that. So we're here with a little bit of news, Bo. We're here with a little bit of news. The Atlanta Falcons have just hired their defensive coordinator of the future. Now, the thing is, guys, is that I know we had names out there like Steve Wilkes. We had names out there like Brian Flores. I'm going to tell you why this was possibly the best hire that we could have made for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to be telling you why this could have been the best hire. But first of all, I definitely got to show love to everybody that's showing love to me. Also, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. Make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. So let me go ahead and check up on everybody, see how everybody feeling on this Friday night. JGP, he's sore. Saints fan. They see it falling down. I could be your Selena Johnson. When it all falls. The Saints empire is falling down as we speak, y'all. The salary cap is in a terrible situation. They're losing coaches. They're finna be losing players. It's gonna be tough, Bo. It's gonna be tough. Raymond Elder, what in the world, Bo? Shocker's in here talking trash. Raymond Elder, what in the world, Bo? Nate Bill's in here. What's going on, Coach? Hey, congratulations on a good season. I know it didn't end the way that you wanted it to, Coach, but look, it's one of those situations. Did you let dog out, Coach? Oh, okay. I thought she broke out. Okay, all right. Brian People says, what in the world, Bo? Thank you, Aints fans, for your D-line coach, Bo. Terry is taking all his coaching staff from New Orleans because they can't afford a sausage biscuit from McDonald's right now. No, no, they can't. It's hard times. They can't afford a sausage biscuit. They had the 2 for $3s. They can't afford it. Oh, man. JGP said he ain't got nothing. Bird's eye view, he says, I give it a B solid. Okay, Jaden, you want to know how I'm feeling? I'm going to give you my grade. Also, we're also going to be letting some folks come on and chop it up with us for a minute. Y'all know we have big news like this. I love to get the perspective of all the respective fans. So, I'm finna open it up so everybody could come on. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about this. For a few reasons. Number one, I mean, we can't, what's going on, Sip Thoughts? Much love to you. Number one, think about this, guys. The defense has been an issue for an extended period of time, right? For an extended period, the defense has been the issue. What's been the main issue? Getting to the quarterback. We can't, rushing the passer. It's affecting the pass games. It's making our defensive backs look bad. The crazy thing is that AJ Terrell is even better than it's even showing, but we can't really tell because the defensive line hasn't been able to get home. Dean Pease scraped together a defense. He scraped together a defense this past season. And what was his bread and butter? His bread and butter was blitzing. That's what it was. It was blitzing. Getting after the quarterback, just trying to create a pressure. We call it artificial pressure because we're not getting home with the front four or the front three. So now that we're going to have a chance to spend some money, everybody's been getting naked about it so far. The offseason, look, the offseason still wet behind the ears, and I've heard, oh man, we're gonna spend some money in free agency. But the thing is, what's going on, your boy DZ Archangel, what's going on with you, man? JGP said, man, y'all Falcons are me. Nah, man, it's much love to you both. But the thing is that let's see who we pick up and let's see how we move forward. I mentioned this to y'all. Before the season ended. I like, look, there are going to be some guys out there like a Marcus Davenport that the Falcons are definitely going to be kicking around. There are going to be guys out there, like a maybe an Onyemata that the Falcons might consider moving to. Now, me, I'm a numbers guy. right? I like to see what the numbers are looking like and everything. But one thing that I did was whenever we get a new coach, I like to go back and look at their coaching history, kind of look and see where they came from, right? Luis Castillo says, Nielsen, he don't blitz. He said he wasn't even a play caller for the Saints front four pressure, not blitzing. Yeah, and I understand that, Luis. The thing is that as a defense, especially myself as a defensive coach, particularly a defensive line coach, blitzing is a sign of respect. You're saying we can't get home, so you're going to blitz. You're going to get somebody to help us do our job? No. So I'm hoping that he doesn't blitz, and I'm hoping that we can create pressure with the front four or the front three or whoever that we have. But let's talk a little bit about Mr. Ryan Nielsen, Leslie Nielsen's little brother. He's not really his little brother. I just, I'm quirky like that. But let's talk about it. So 43-year-old coach, you got a young mind coming in, young mind compared to Dean Pease. What was he, 74, 75, 76? You got a young mind. Now, think about this. So just going over his coaching tree. So he graduated in 2002 from USC, right? So he actually played for the Eagles in 2002. You're probably like an undrafted free agent. But volunteer assistant in 2002, defensive line coach, or he was volunteer assistant at USC. He was a defensive line coach at Ole Miss, SEC school. Defensive line coach at Ole Miss from 2005 to 2007. Went to Central Connecticut State. Sometimes it's one of those cases you got to step down to step up. So he took that DC job at Central Connecticut State in 08 and 09. Went to UT Martin. 2010, defensive line coach, Northern Illinois. 2011, defensive line coach. Now, y'all ask me all the time, hey, coach, why aren't you still coaching? You see all these different places that he's been to in the span of 10 years? He was at 6 different places. Anyway, he stayed in Northern Illinois, and then he became the defensive coordinator assistant. So he was a co-defensive coordinator in 2012. He went to NC State, defensive line coach in 2013. From 2014 to 2016, he was the defensive line coach and run game coordinator. Now, moving on from there, that's when he got the job with the Saints. From 2017 to 2020, defensive line coach. 2021, assistant head coach / defensive line coach. 2022, co-defensive coordinator. Now, moving forward, he's just trying to progress his career, right? It's one of those situations where he's trying to keep taking the next steps. So, you see the maturation. He went from NC State to New Orleans, and moving forward, he made that next move. So it's one of those cases where now, if he could legit build this defense, and this is what I mean, guys, whenever I say it's one of those cases where this could possibly be the best possible hire for us. And whenever I say that, think about this. Brian Flores, if he comes to the Atlanta Falcons and he has a good year, he's getting a head coaching job next year. It's going to happen. Wilkes, if he comes to the Atlanta Falcons and they have a good year, he's getting a head coaching job next year, right? You got this young Thundercat, 43 years old, coming to be the defensive coordinator. He's going to have to prove himself. If he has a good year for the Atlanta Falcons, think about it. We're only going to benefit from it. He's going to have to stay for 2 or 3 years and show that he can continue to do that before the head coaching jobs come knocking. Now, one thing that I can say from looking at the young man's resume, he's very ambitious. That's what you want. Look at Kyle Shanahan. He was very ambitious. He was all over the place, from Houston to Cleveland Browns to the Washington Commodores. He was all over the place, on to Atlanta before he got his head coaching job. There were whispers all around the league. All right, oh man, this Mike Shanahan's son is legit, but he had to work his way up. And I feel like that's what Coach Nielsen is doing. He's working his way up. What's going on, Coach Bridget? Lamar Jackson, I have no idea. Millie Mill says the dude knows the D line. Yes, he knows the defensive line. Digital Junkyard. So what's going on, Big Low? Go Eagles. Hey, we're gonna see what y'all got, Bo. We're gonna see what y'all got this weekend. The third ma'am says, is it good, bad to have so many places? Well, like I said, I think he's just ambitious. Austin Douglas, what's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, my family, on this Friday night. Also, we had a Superman chat. Brian Peoples, he says, I think Shy Tuttle will be in the 8. We're gonna see, Bo. You never know. You never know. Appreciate that, man. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a few minutes so we can have some people come on. I just want to get a few points out the way because I don't want to, have to keep trying to interject some of these points that I got because I definitely know that y'all want to know what I'm thinking about this. What's going on, Skylar? Ray 50 said, do we get Jalen Ramsey though? Man. This offseason going to be crazy. I told y'all what Terry told me. Terry said, look, this is going to be like something you ain't never seen before. I like, well, look, Terry, something I ain't never seen before was a young Thundercat hitting on my grandma. So, I mean, I believe you. Oh, man. What's that? Targarrett 25? What's going on, Bo? How you doing, man? Now, look, let's look at the stats. Brian People said, what's up, my Superman chat? I got you, Brian People. Just for that, I give you 2 of them. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, BP. So let's look at the stats for Ryan Nielsen for last season, right? Let's look at the stats for this New Orleans Saints defense. I'm sure, if there's any Saints fans that are in here and, if you could see past your tears, I'm sure that y'all could let us know how well that New Orleans Saints defense did last year. Now, think about this. And we know he was the defensive line run game coordinator. He was a co-defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints, right? And y'all know I love Dennis Allen as a DC, and once again, we have to make sure that we acknowledge the fact that it's not all coaching. It's about how the coaching and the talent comes together, right? But with that being said, check this out. So for last year, points per game, the New Orleans Saints were 9th in the league, allowing 20.3 points per game. So 20.3 points per game. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, we weren't too far from them at 22.7. We were 23rd in the league. But look, I'm pretty sure y'all would agree that those 3 points would have gotten us in the playoffs, right? I'm pretty sure y'all would agree with that being the fact. So they were 9th in the league in points per game. Total yards allowed per game, 5th in the league. The New Orleans Saints were 5th in the league in points per game. Now, they only allowed 315 yards per game. Well, 314.8. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons allowed 362, gracing them with number 27th in the league. Passing yards per game, guys. Check this out. Y'all listen to this. Passing yards per game. New Orleans Saints allowed 184 yards per game through the air. Now, what was one complaint that we had whenever we went to that Cincinnati Bengals game? And I was like, this is gonna be ugly. It's gonna be like an old Bubba Sparks song. It's gonna be ugly, right? We knew we wasn't gonna be able to stop them boys through the air, especially Casey Hayward had just gotten hurt. Think about this. Saints lost Gardner Johnson. They had a few injuries all throughout the season. They were still consistent. They were getting pressure on the quarterback. Y'all remember Desmond Ridder's first game. The Saints, they had him running around. Like they was like the man was in gasoline draws fighting a fire-breathing dragon. Like that boy was running. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons are 25th in the league, allowing 231 yards a game. I know y'all thought it was going to be worse, right? I did too. I did too. Now, where we have to acknowledge, and shouts out to Big Q, great say think tank. One thing that we do have to acknowledge, the run game last year. The run game wasn't as good as it normally is. You know, the famous DeMario Davis, old man DeMario, he him in that run game, they really didn't get as much as, as many stops as they normally did. The Falcons were actually better than the Saints last year, 0.3 yards better. Saints allowed 130.5 yards a game in the run game last year. The Falcons allowed 130.2. So still, granted, with that being said, I still believe that, moving forward, it's safe to say that this Falcons team could improve with a Mr. Ryan Nielsen. So everybody's asking, hey, Coach, do you like the pick? Coach Bridget, Leroy, everybody else, they said, hey, man, do you like the pick? Coach, what'd you say, baby? Coach Ronda told me she wanted to know if y'all like it first. So if you like the pick, after I gave my spiel, if you like the pick, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't like it, pineapples, you don't like it, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking before I give you my 2 cents. Before I give you my 2 cents, I want to know what y'all thinking. Padre said, what's good, coach and staff? Wills couldn't even get a, hey, how your mama now? J Miles says, hit that like button, y'all, so Coach could dance at you. Yes. Make sure that you hit that like button. Just bought some new dancing shoes. They ain't had a chance to dust them off yet. Make sure that you hit that like button so I can dance at your wedding one day. Ryder Brown said, hey, Coach, any chance we see Marcus Davenport or Cam with the birds on the helmet this season? I definitely feel like you could see a Marcus Davenport this season. The Saints are strapped for cash, bro. They are strapped for cash. I feel like it's going to be a garage sale out in Champion Square in New Orleans this offseason. It's hard times out there in New Orleans, bro. They've been robbing Peter to pay Paul for way too long. Oh, man. Coach Ghost Pepper says, Coach Lowe, Eagles lead the league in sacks with over 70 sacks, while our Falcons had only 21 sacks. I don't know how other Falcons fans, but I'm jealous. I want our birds to have similar production. Hello. Yes. Yes. We want to be able to get to the quarterback. And whenever we do see a sack, we don't want to act like we just watching the clips. We want it to be something that's normal. You're averaging 1 point something sacks a game, Bo. One, if I'm not mistaken, 1 point, it's under 1.5. You're averaging less than a sack and a half a game. That's unacceptable. Come on, Bo. Give me something now. Jaden Knight, Ray 50, they said that they like the pick. They said that they like it. Austin, he says, I say sign Payne and Davenport and draft Christian Gonzalez from Oregon at 8. Okay. Now that defense is transformed in. See, we need to get you on the staff, Austin. J Miles, Ghost Peppers, they said that they like the pick. Charles B, Coach Chris, he said, I don't care. He just want to see some defense. Coach Wallace, Twan McGee, they all said that they like the pick. Bridget said pineapples. She don't like it. Okay. Matty Ghost, he's just hitting us with the question mark. Sterling Woods, he says 2. He said he wanted Wilkes. And I understand that. I understand. JJ Ayers says 1.5. Your boy Pookie, what's going on? My boy Pookie's in here. he said he liked it. And Jaden said, where is Wilkes going? I don't know where Wilkes is going. But the thing is, Coach Smitty said send the link. Okay, I got you, Coach Smitty. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna make a couple more points. The thing is, guys, is that it's one of those cases where moving forward, if you get Steve Wilkes in here, right? Let's say you go ahead and make that move and you get a Steve Wilkes. It's gonna be one of those things where if they come in, they show up and show out, he's gone. He's not going to stay around. He's not sticking around for much longer. Whenever the next coaching job opens up, You know, they saying Andy Reid talk about shutting it down. Maybe that's why Eric Bieniemy's staying. But whenever they make that move, whoever makes whatever move they're going to make this offseason, it's going to be one of those cases where it's like, okay, let's look at Steve Wilks. He turned those Panthers around. I don't know what the Panthers were thinking. Thing is that Wilks might get a head coaching job this season if we're honest about it. Denver Broncos, they might be looking like, hey, what were the Panthers thinking? Let's get Wilks in here. You know, the Arizona Cardinals be like, why don't we bring Wilks back in here? Look, it's one of those situations. Think about what Doug Peterson's doing. You know, a lot of people feel like he shouldn't have got fired. Now, granted, Eagles are balling out, but a lot of people felt like Doug Peterson shouldn't got fired. So what they do, Jacksonville, they spent some money, went ahead and got a guy who won a Super Bowl, proven guy, and what they do, they took that young team full of young Thundercats to the playoffs. You can't beat it, Bo. You can't beat it. Tonio, he says, I like to hire, man. Give it a chance. Oh, yeah. Brian People says, Coach Roney, Coach Roney might get your clothes baskets for low because I think he about to get naked over this hire. Man, look, I'm going to tell y'all, I give it a 1. I think that this was the best possible hire that the Atlanta Falcons could have had. You may say, why do you say that, Coach? Well, think about it. You, like I said, you got a young guy who's obviously ambitious. Y'all seen all the places that he's going to. And think about this. Think about this. If something happens with Arthur Smith, let's say they say, okay, Arthur, you know what? This ain't going to work. In the words of Mama Country, you know what? This ain't going to work. Who do you think is the first guy? First of all, who do you think is going to be the guy who's going to be the interim head coach? And who do you think is going to be the guy that they're going to do an interview with whenever they're trying to look? Now, God forbid, we don't want Arthur to get fired. I never want nobody to lose their job. But if that happened, and y'all know if we're a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If that happened, who would you rather want? Ragone or Nielsen? It's a no-brainer. I don't even see why Ragone's still here, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't see why. I don't see how he survived. I don't know if y'all ever watched Survivor, but he's the ultimate survivor. Yeah, let me see here. Let me look up a whole boy Smitty so I can see him this thing. But yeah, the thing is that moving forward, you got to be forward thinking. Because think about this, guys. If we went back, think about this. Dean Pease is as much. We could say that the defense took a step with Dean Pease, right? But we could also say that the defense looked kind of 1990-ish a few times. The defense looked like purple uniform Ravens a few times. If we're completely honest, the defense looked like young Ray Lewis. If you see Ray Lewis in Atlanta, you better run. It looked like that, kind of. So it's one of those cases where, look, thank you, Dean Pease. We definitely appreciate it. One time for the fan in here said, Friday Night Lights show, what in the world, Bo? Yeah, man. Look, we fired up over this hire, Bo. We ready to roll. He said, don't talk too much. Save yourself and say, oh, man, you already know it, boy. We already know we finna go in. We gonna go hard. Raven, he said, look, man, let's get it going. Yes, we like the pick. It's a good pick. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat because I want to know what everybody else is thinking in regards to this hire. Let's have an impromptu coaches meeting because I want to know what everybody else is thinking. We finna go in and go hard on this thing, Bo. See if we can break this thing down. So look, if anybody want to come in, I just put the link in the chat. Bodie and Jack Spade, y'all feel free to come on to join us. Definitely want to know what y'all thinking. Coach Padre, he says, hey, Coach, Nielsen is a different. Oh, my goodness. See, Lord have mercy. Why did you bring this up, Padre? See, I just got out the doghouse. Okay. Padre says, hey, Coach, Nielsen is a Jiffy cornbread mix of DC. He said, it's good, though. But don't hit like that premium skillet cornbread. Hello, I hang up and listen. See, Bo? See, you done did something. you open it up on wounds. Padre, we appreciate that, my brother. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Boy, y'all some fools, boy. Oh man, we got big boys. We got big bro Smitty in here, man.
Smitty. What's up, dog?
What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man?
Man, chilling, man. Going through this phone as usual. Man, you know how I do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Bo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Man, tell me how you feeling about this new hire, bro. Tell me how you feeling about it.
To be honest, and I know you remember me saying it. I felt like they were gonna get somebody out of their staff because you got to remember, man. Like I said, Terry Font, he knows those guys too well. He hired those guys, and like you said earlier, man, I could see a couple of the Saints on his roster next season. So we're not done. And what he's been able to do in New Orleans with the defensive line just been incredible, man. And we've been crying about getting sacks, for a while. But yeah, I've seen some fans crying about the hiring. But you got to hire. You got to hire. They don't like the hire. They wanted Steve Wilkes. They wanted Brian Flores. You got to get the coordinator what best fits your system. He knows how to run a 3-4. And what people don't understand, he's been around for a minute. He was an understudy of Rob Ryan, master of the 3-4 defense.
Yes.
So, I mean, he knows what he's doing, man. So I think it was a great hire. And our pass rush only had, 39 sacks the last 2 years. Yeah. So the defensive line is his specialty. He's been a defensive line coach for the last 6 years. So I think it was the perfect hire, to be honest.
But, I mean, think about it like this, Smitty. The greatest defense of all time. Can we say the 85 Bears defense was the greatest defense of all time? I mean, I know you got the Ravens, you got the Steelers, you got there's
the Ravens.
That
Raven defense was just different though, man.
But the thing is that Buddy Ryan, if we're completely honest, he kind of he affected that Ravens defense because Mike Smith. Did he work with Buddy Ryan early on in his career?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, the point I'm getting to is that Nielsen is a grandson. He's a coaching grandson of the great Buddy Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if anybody knew how to get pressure on a quarterback, Buddy Ryan, Rob Ryan, all them boys know how to get pressure.
That's what I was just about to say. What his twin boys' name? Rex and
Rob.
So he's been around for a while, man. He's still young because I think he's exactly the same age I am. So he's still a young cat. He still got a long way to go. And we talk about Steve Wilkes could have got a job. Let's see how he does the first 2 years as a defensive coordinator. We could be talking about him as a head coach. Yeah, he could be a head coach in waiting. You just don't know.
Hey man, and that's the thing, and that's what I was saying, because the thing is that and somebody said in here earlier, they said some people just want the names, but the thing is, Smitty, is that and this is kind of the point that I've been making about Desmond Ridder. It's like, who's to say that this guy isn't a name? You know what I'm saying? It's like
we don't know.
Yeah, like he could be that guy. Yeah, he could be that guy. So it's like, you rebuilding this team. Why not get a young guy to help rebuild the team?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of those things where it's like, if you get just this hot shot coach who really should be a head coach, it's like, I know from being in the coaching world, coaches are always looking at the next position. So it's he's thinking, shoot, I shouldn't even be a DC. That if you brought Brian Flores in here, the only reason he was an assistant with the Steelers is because of the whole legal situation.
Because of what happened, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you brought Brian Flores in here, he's gonna be sitting thinking, oh, shoot, I should be a head coach anyway. So I'll just sit, I'll do what I do here, and I'll
I'm
just
gonna
go
be
on
real.
where I'm
It's
gonna
only
go.
going to be about 2 to 3 years before he back to being a head coach. Because
Yeah.
let's be real, you're gonna still think about the turnaround he had in Miami. That's still, going across some folks' mind. And if you have him as a defensive coordinator, just like I said about Ryan Nielsen, you got to be thinking, how much time does my head coach have left? And to be brutally honest, I think Pittsburgh is the perfect place for him. And the reason why I say that, um, they stick behind their head coaches. They have the same system in place, and they haven't changed their blueprint in 50 plus years. So I think, if Tomlin chose to step down and Brian Flores stepped to the front, I would not be surprised.
Yes. Now, Bridget asked a question. Bridget said, "How does he act, though?" She said, "I better see some fire and energy on that sideline." Now, I've been telling you, Bridget, I watched a few of his interviews just to get a feel for the guy, and he said something that really resonated with me. And what he said was, and this was an interview they had before the season started. He said, "So moving forward, it's not about what the other team does; it's all about what we do.
Right.
We have our own accountability, and it's all about how we handle things, and we dictate what they do. They're not going to dictate what we do." Now, that could be a bad sign because the whole stubbornness thing, but once again, he's
Well,
young.
now I think, it got more to do with focus.
Yes.
And if you watch the New Orleans Saints defense the last 5 years, and God, I hate to say this, they've been as in the line as any defense in the NFL. And what I mean by that, they've been, top 10, top 5 in most categories the last 5 to 10 years. So, so he's going to stay focused. And I think he's a great teacher for what I took from the interview. It's like you said.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's going to be a great teacher.
Yeah. I mean, because look, at the end of the day, now you could be fired up and you could have all this kind of crazy energy and everything.
Right.
But I mean, look, who's more fired up than Dan Quinn? I mean, if we can put it out of spin, who was more fired up than Dan Quinn?
I ain't gonna answer that because I might say something retarded. So I plead the fifth.
Dean Pease, he gave his he gave a speech at the beginning of the season, like, "Oh, things are going to change around here. Ooh, y'all disrespecting us. Why y'all like, come on."
And he wrote that BMS bio off a cliff. So that's something that he got to retire with.
That's something he got to retire with. So look, I mean, I understand the whole fired up situation. Thing is that, and this is one thing that I really feel like I feel like Arthur Smith done a great job of. Jack Spade, from one time for the fan, he told me this story. Like you see Arthur Smith, he's always so serious and everything. My homeboy Jack Spade, they went to training camp, and he was yelling stuff at Arthur Smith, asking him if he could call the plays. Arthur Smith was like, "Go ahead and call the play." He put him on the spot. He couldn't do nothing. He got caught up. And then he said Arthur Smith came over there to him, and he said he was like, "I'm really," he said, "a lot of people feel like I'm too stern, and people feel like I don't got no personality." He said, "I do that for the team because I don't want the team to feel like everything is just play because we got a lot of work to do around here."
That's that corporate mindset.
Yeah.
If you're the big wig up top, you're gonna always have that toughness mentality. And it's
Exactly.
just like a school superintendent. When they came to the school and they walked around the school and everybody in class act like they doing work.
Yeah.
So it's the same mentality, man.
It ain't even. I remember my dad, because my dad, he was a principal, and my dad, I told him, I was like, "Yeah, man, the superintendent came by. I was scared." He was like, "It's not even his job to discipline you."
Right.
He's like, "That's not even his job." But
Right.
Everybody always shaped up whenever the superintendent came around, and you'd be like, "Oh man, that's the principal boss." So I mean, that's it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah.
Jack said, "Put me in, coach." That's exactly what he said.
Oh
man. Ray 50, he says, who was the DC we had when Mike Smith was here? Vandersum. He was the worst DC in Falcons history.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. And me and Mike could tripped off about this. That dude looked just like a 1970 porn star.
He did.
Dog,
He had
when
the
I
mustache.
tell you, right, when I tell you, that dude looked like he smoked a whole pack of cigars 2 days straight. That's how straight his mustache was. That thing curled at the end.
Man, shoot. Well, yeah, I mean, look, I think it's one of those situations moving forward. I think it was one of the best picks we could have made. You know, you're looking at the different options that you had, scheme wise, it fit, and also it's like I want to acknowledge that Arthur Spears actually hired somebody outside of Tennessee. Like we have to acknowledge that. You know, maybe that's a sign of Coach Smith's growth.
They follow the same blueprint. You got to think about it. It's somebody they're comfortable with. And if it's somebody they're comfortable with, they're just going to go after them. I can expect a lot of that when March roll around. We're going to see players from Tennessee, New Orleans, Chicago, and Ryan Pace is still here. So, we're going to see a lot of movement, man. He, like you said the other day, man, he said it's going to be one offseason you won't soon forget.
Man, I'm really feeling like that's gonna be the case, Mitty, because I mean you think about, well, first of all, where's the last time we had this kind of money, like as an organization?
Never.
I can't remember a time we had, we were in the top 5 in salary cap.
Never. I can't remember it because when I was growing up, man, they were so bad. It's like they didn't have a salary cap to 1992.
Yeah.
So, and that was the season they were going to get Reggie White, but he ended up going to Green Bay. But I say never because, well, I could say the year we got Michael Turner, but we didn't have this much money. It was probably more like 15 to 20 million, but this kind of money, I've never seen this kind of money.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Alberto said 2007.
Yeah.
And that's the Michael Turner, the year before Michael Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Ryan. So yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Because they cut Vic contract off the books.
Yeah, and he got that money back.
Right.
Yeah. Look, it's one of those situations. We talk about like the different defensive coordinators. I never forget how fired up I was when we hired Mike Nolan. Whenever he was like, "Look,
my God."
And that's the thing. Whenever he was like, "Look, instead of having 4 guys with 10 sacks, I want 8 guys with 5." That's what I'm talking about, Mike Nolan. That's what I'm talking about. And
yeah, but they couldn't set the quarterback. He was standing at the stop sign waiting on him.
I'm telling you, boy, that boy waiting on the bus. he was waiting at the bus stop, bro.
Man, look.
Man. Nuka ATL says we about to Ryan Pace them Saints.
I can see it.
So Coach Roach, you asked me what that means. So I don't know. Ryan Pace, he came from the Chicago Bears, and we got yeah. So we finna do the same thing. Terry says my turn.
And we got everybody but the right person. They let the right person go to Tampa Bay and the King Hicks. I mean, and
that's the one we wanted.
Man,
we got Eddie Goldman. He just retired out of nowhere. He was like, you know what? I'm finna chill out for a little bit. Oh man, Raven Collins says he could be cool as a cucumber, just looking forward to the positive results. And that's it, man. That's all that we want. Look, if we get 30 or more sacks, I'm happy. If we get 30 or more sacks, I know people talking about the Eagles got 70 sacks. That's cool. I just want 30 sacks. I just want sacks in the Middle Ages. If I get sacks in the Middle Ages, I'm good.
And that's what I predicted them to have in 2022. But I fell 10 short. And I think I said that on your show.
Yep, you sure did. One time for the fans says new DC, top 5 in cap space, top 10 pick in the draft. Take me back to the playoffs, Falcons. I mean, if we're, and Smitty, I was just saying before you came on, if I'm not, look, this is reminiscent of the Jacksonville Jaguars last year.
A lot, yeah.
It is very reminiscent. Coach Roney said, make sure that y'all hit that like button.
Hit the like button, y'all.
Tell Coach Roney to jump on the mic for a minute.
Hey, Coach Roney, Smitty said jump on the mic for a minute. Oh, she got the
Big
mic.
Low didn't give me a mic today.
I didn't give you a mic. Are you?
Give me a mic, y'all.
I didn't give you a mic. You was like,
He was
nah,
He got
I'm
to-
good.
He got to buy you one.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I gotta love it. Look, anybody want to jump on? Tell us what you're thinking about this new DC hire. Jack Spade, feel free to jump on. Anybody else? I got the
Don't be
stream in
scared. The
the
link in the comments. We ain't gonna
Yeah.
grill you too hard.
chat. Losky said I hear the mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I don't know if you seen the last show, Smitty. So, we were talking,
Oh,
somehow
man.
we got to talk about cornbread. And, it just slipped
Oh, my
out. I was
God.
like, I like Jiffy. I just, because you talk about Jiffy
When did it
cornbread.
slip out? When did it slip out?
I like
No.
Jiffy.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, dog. I'm old fashioned. I need my buttermilk. I need my buttermilk flour, my egg, and my milk.
Hey man, I like that cornbread too though. That's the
Old
thing.
fashioned.
I like those. I like the skillet cornbread too, Coach Ron. And I just like people talk down on the Jiffy. I like Jiffy. That's all I said.
We know.
Hell no.
And I've been on the sofa ever since. Been on the sofa ever since.
Man, y'all tripping.
It's been rough, bro.
But at least you got a dog to keep you company now, so you good to go.
That's it. I got some company now. Will Amy's in here. What's going on, Bo?
What it do, man? What's up, Smith, man? What's up, Big Low Kuntry?
What up, man?
Man, we're trying to make
What's
it,
up,
bro.
man?
We're trying to make it. Tell us what you think
well, I
about
was
this DC hire,
telling-
bro.
I like it, man. I think we would be more like a 3-4 defense. I think he might have like the defense line have like at least like four defensive linemen putting pressure in the inside. I just like how Terry Fontenot he's trying to make this team more aggressive, like blitzing more and stuff like that, making more schemes, like his own blitzing and all that stuff like that.
Bro, okay.
That's all right. I agree with that.
Yeah, and the thing is that just like you said, because we're running. A lot of people don't realize how much we ran the 4-3 defense last year. Like we ran a hybrid defense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those cases where now if you can run both of them efficiently, that's whenever you could you could do some things, because that 3-4 defense is a lot more successful against those zone running teams, especially if you have the linebackers to shoot gaps the right way, opposed to when you run against those power teams, you really want that. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you make a good point there, Will.
Yeah, man.
You always dropping the gems, Bo. You always
Hey,
dropping
Will.
the gems.
Hey, we'll answer this right quick before you go, man.
Yes, sir.
Since you put it like that, the way you want them to run defense, what is your pick for number 8? And who would you pick?
I'm gonna say that position. If I pray to God we get Miles Murphy, that would be a perfect fit. Because you know why?
Yeah,
because we can put him
that.
as a defensive tackle. We can move Ray Jarrett on the inside so he can run around freely. Because when he eat that gap up, Ray Jarrett coming on the inside. And that would be he's from the Marietta joint, so he's from the time. So he's another one than AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell can go a second round and get some depth on corner. So I don't think he's going free agency and get us a corner. We need to just go ahead and get a center and a left guard in free agency, and we sign Chris Linton and let AJ Terrell, play out that 5th-year option and sign him 2024. And Caleb Gary, I don't know what his situation. We give him a 2-year offer, but I don't expect us to give him like a 4-year guarantee, because we got to make moves and try to get some safety too in that secondary when I need to show. Because I just don't see Richie Grant holding that free safety down like that, man. With my pick, I'm picking Miles Garrett. I'm Miles Murphy on that 8th pick. If we don't get him, get the dude out of Texas, but I don't like. I ain't said I don't like him, but I see a lot of tape on dude from
Texas. He'll be raw.
He that dude. He set the tone. Miles Murphy set the tone.
Man,
so man.
But look, you talk about Miles Garrett. I'll take Miles Garrett too now.
Hey, bro, what you talking about? They've been having problems the last 2 seasons. Kick the bucket and go and kick him on over here. I don't care about that $25 million. I spend it.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think Miles Murphy would be a good pick for the Falcons.
Yeah, like I said, man, Miles Murphy.
Yeah, perfect
Yeah,
size.
I just hope
Perfect
Seattle
size.
or Detroit, him, he can eat up that space on the great Jerry can move freely, and I expect the rest of them to take a step lead like other McKay, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Detroit is what I was thinking because if they get him and Aiden Hutchinson, that's gonna be a crazy duo, man.
that's gonna be
That's gonna
Yeah,
be crazy.
yeah. I pray to God they don't get. They need to get a point because Jeff Okuda can't stay healthy, man. They need to drive. They need
Yeah,
to address that corner spot. If I'm them, I'd pick the dude Gonzalez off the board first.
man. Jeff Okuda, boy. Jeff Okuda, he probably can't stay healthy because he running around here getting his drawers burnt off all the time.
hey boy,
Yeah,
they need to keep a tube of Vaseline in their pocket.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Before
I
I
don't
let
know if y'all remember it during that draft, they said he was the best. They said he was the best cornerback. You know, a
Yeah,
lot
they
of people
say he
was
was a sure
upset.
lockdown,
Yeah, a
but
lot of people were upset when we got AJ
yeah,
Terrell.
Yeah, before I let y'all go, man, I feel like that pick when they got Frank, the dude from Indianapolis Colts, man, that was some racist shit, man. I feel like Steve Wilkerson could have deserved that job,
oh
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. That privilege,
That's
man. Yeah,
that shows you the NFL still racist. I feel like the owners, man, they need to hold the owners accountable, man. It's still racist on. We got a long way to go. I'm tired of keep saying end racism with y'all. They need to do something with the owners. They need to be held accountable for the actions that they do.
I agree with that, man. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
but yeah, man, that's a great pick in Miles Murphy, and I agree with you. Steve Wilkes, I think he should have at least got a 3-year contract because he pulled that team from hell. They didn't really have a clear cut number one quarterback. Their defense was playing pretty good, but the offense could barely move the ball. They traded their best running back, and he still almost put that team in the playoffs. I felt like that was contract worthy more than anything. So I definitely agree with that.
Definitely,
Yeah,
man.
man.
But
Hopefully,
shoot,
I
I
see.
appreciate. Oh,
I
go ahead, bro.
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the season, man. I'm going to the home game in 2023. We going to the playoffs this year.
No
Yes,
Hey,
doubt.
sir.
well, let me know, Bo. You already know what time it
You
is.
too, Smithy Smith, man. I'm
Hey
glad
man,
to meet. I'm gonna
hey,
meet
can I get?
y'all.
I see you got on your apron, man. Can I get a plate of oxtail before you go?
Oh yeah, man. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. Come down and carry his out here in Pooler, man. Because we stay in Statesboro, so we ain't not really that far, like a little hour away. But you welcome to come out here, man.
Oh, you
I'm
not at
always
the
here.
Carry Hill in the state, bro?
No, not Statesboro. They used to be out there, but they ain't
Oh, you in
Pooler and all
Pooler?
that.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right, then. I keep
Hey,
forgetting it's a
man.
Seapolt thing. Seapolt?
I
Yes, sir. See,
I be
folks.
down that way in May to pick my daughter up from school, so I might come through and holler at you.
All right, man. All right,
All
y'all
right,
take it
man.
easy.
I'll take it
No
Oh,
easy now.
doubt.
Don't do nothing I do, Bo.
I'm gonna stay safe, man. One love.
All right, man.
Hey, he gonna cook us up some of my neck bones.
Oh,
I
you
love him.
already know. Alberto,
Yeah.
what in the
How
world,
the,
Bo?
What up,
how the
man?
hell we answer one question? How the
What's
hell we
up?
go from oxtail to pumpkin pie? That shit don't
There is no
come on, man.
discrimination in this portion of the show, fellas.
Come on,
It's
man.
all food, man.
Come on, dog.
God damn. Oh, what's up, fellas?
Alberto, what you
Yo,
thinking
what's up?
about this pick, Bo? What you
Hey,
think about
man,
this
it's a
DC high?
surprise. It's a surprise, but you can see that this has a Terry Fontenot vibe to the pick. He wants to ensure that the defense, just plays to the level that they feel like they could play to. This guy's he's been with them for 6 or 7 years, and what has the Saints done since then? Racked up 281 sacks and been top 5 in run defense 4 to 5 last year, 4 out of the 5 times in the past year. So that's good. That's a good sign. That's a damn good sign. So I think it's more of like a defensive line pick more than anything. The one beneficiary that I see from this is probably Frank Bush, man. I think he might get the nod as like a co-DC or something like that. Have these two
Well,
gentlemen
now,
work together.
put up that comment where Ghost Peppers put up right quick, low.
Try
He
this one.
says, he
Yep.
says Michael Rothstein, Ryan Nielsen, Falcon defensive coordinator, has a lot of promise. It's a big job, and clearly they're letting him hire his own staff. So that means Frank could be gone.
Could be gone.
And
I know they let go John Hoke, Ted Marciano, and Gary
Yep.
right,
Emanuel. They let 3
right.
of those guys go. I
Yeah.
knew that Gary Emanuel, his writing was on the wall, man, because he really
Yeah.
hasn't developed anybody, really. You know what I mean? You can't develop Grady. Grady is who he is. Taquan Graham, he's developing, but at a slow rate. We saw the disaster with Marlon Davidson. So, it's like they ain't really much there. So, hiring Nielsen was probably the best move for the Falcons at the moment, man.
And Marlon Davidson don't count.
Nah, that's true, man. Shit.
Yeah, come on. Man.
I have faith in him, man. I really
Never
did.
you
I
can
thought,
hurt a
Yeah, no.
man. You never
Yeah,
can
just
hurt a
saying, bro.
man and don't get arrested for it. Like what in the world? Who
for
says
real,
that?
yo, that speech is what got him to the second round, man. That's what got him drafted. Dan Quinn was all over that.
That's like the personification of lying on your resume and getting there and can't do the job.
Cheating on the SAT.
That's
Crazy,
it.
man. Crazy. But interesting
Man.
high nonetheless, man. Interesting high. Was this
Yeah,
the guy
very
targeted
interesting.
the whole time? You know,
I think so.
it
I think so.
probably begs the question because
I
man,
I'm just chiming in. If I'm Arthur Smith, I'm not hiring Brian Flores or Wilkes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. And I heard you say that earlier,
Yeah.
because they'll just be a 1-year wonder. Then you're in the same spot again. So
next year.
man, I can
Not
I
only
can roll with
that, not only that, but just imagine if I'm a third year coach and I've been 7-10 2 times in a row, and I got this guy over here who's been a coach before and turned the team around. I don't want him sitting up under me. Yeah, I want him sitting up under me.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think
something to
that
think
would have
about.
been the Flores thing if he would have came here. That would have probably been the coach waiting in the wings. If
Oh yeah, I said that.
yeah,
Oh,
right,
no
exactly.
doubt.
And Smitty has said that. You know what I mean? If Arthur Smith come up slipping, boom, pull that right from under him and say, "Hey, Brian Flores here. The floor is yours now."
It's the same for Steve Wilkes though.
Yeah.
Look at what he got, a raw deal in Arizona. Ended up going to Carolina shit with pretty much a worse team, better defense, but worse offense. So
I was intrigued by the tandem, man, because the rumors started coming out that they were looking into bringing in Steve Wilkes and Al Holcomb. That would have been a nice little duo to come in to Atlanta. Oh man, that would have changed the culture on defense like crazy.
Man.
But that's another situation where it's probably, both of those gentlemen, over exceed expectations, and then, boom, they getting calls. So, hey, come coach over here. So
I feel like some of the issues that we've had over the years with defense in Atlanta is some guys just try to recreate the wheel. It's like,
true.
At the end of the day, like, let's just focus on beating the man in front of us. Like, I was just talking about Mike Nolan earlier. He was like, instead of getting 4 guys with 5 sacks, we're going to have, 4 guys with 10 sacks. We want 8 guys with 5. It's like, come on, Bo. Like, this isn't candy at Halloween. Whoever gets sacked, get the sack. Like,
that's it.
Let's just beat the person in front of us. But I feel like this is a step in the positive direction because you've seen this New Orleans defense over the last few years. Like they're legit. Yeah. You got old Brian Peoples in here. BP, what's going on with you, Bo?
Hey, what's going on, Lo? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, what's going on, Smith? What's going on, Alberto?
What up,
hey,
man?
What's up, my dog?
Brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out here for a few minutes, man. I'm right here on my lunch break, man.
Oh, nah, you good, man. Tell us what you think about this DC hire, Bo.
I'm gonna give it a B plus, man, because
all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a B plus. I mean, we're desperate for a pass rush right now, man. I feel like every year on defense, man, it's like we can't even buy a sack, man.
They get when it comes to sack, they can't even roll 2 quarters together. I agree with that.
I swear, man. It's like every time it gets like 3rd and 10. I'm just getting tired of teams converting on 3rd and 10 or 4th and 10. It just drives my mind when they do that, man.
Agreed.
Like it's bad when Russell Wilson on 4th and 15 called off the punting team.
Man,
and he threw a bomb
in
the red zone.
Bro, but think about that though. Now hold on. That's DK Metcalf over there.
Right.
That's DK Metcalf over there, bro. And we all know Isaiah Oliver ain't that dude, straight line.
Yeah,
I know, man, but still.
Man, boy.
But hey, I ain't gonna lie, but the best move was to move Isaiah Oliver in the inside. I ain't gonna lie on that one.
Yeah. He bought himself some more time in Atlanta doing that, man. He definitely balled out, man.
Yep. And for my draft concerns is
tell me
as long as it's somebody on defense, I I do not want to see no receiver, no running back. I don't even want to see an offensive lineman in that first pick. I believe the offense. I believe the offense is it's right there.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
I really don't have no issue with offense. The biggest issue is let's go ahead and fix this up. Let's fix this
And
defense.
I think
And
they
I
tipped their
believe,
hand. I think
yeah,
they tipped
and
their
I
hand. To be
believe,
honest.
I
Go ahead.
yeah, and I believe, Alberto, you're gonna smile on this one.
Let's
I
hear
think
it.
Christian Gonzalez might be the guy, man.
Could be, man. Could be.
Alberto been running
Yes.
around naked for the last 2 weeks. I'm surprised he
Man,
ain't got
let me.
pneumonia.
God damn.
Yeah, I think he might be the guy. But if the best talent, but my thing is, if the best talent ain't there, just go ahead and trade on.
Got to, man. That's we
Yeah.
can't. Hey, like Smitty and I spoke about it so many other times. And Smitty spoke about it with so many other people. That Kyle Pitts, draft choice right there. That was a luxury pick. You could have traded back,
Yeah.
like Smitty was saying so many
Man.
times. Micah Parsons was there for the taking. Rashawn Slater was there for the taking. Fucking who else? Patrick Surtain. Man, we could have had so many other guys if we would have traded back, man. We wouldn't be in the hole that we are defensively right now. But
Right.
hey,
Yeah,
who
man.
knows?
And if y'all saw my mock draft, the reason why I traded back was to trade back up to have 2 picks in the first round. I think they can pull it off like they did with Caleb McGarry in 2018. So it can be done. And I think they can get 2 premium players. So if they can do that, man, I think that's a win. But I see somebody in the comments. Somebody in the comments said, "Would you want Jalen Ramsey?" That's interesting.
That's a
Can
good.
I-
I'm looking at
Can I
his
answer
numbers
that
right
right
now.
quick?
Tell what you
Go ahead,
think,
bro.
Brian.
I'm not a fan of Jalen Ramsey. I'm gonna be real on that. And his cap number gonna be kind of high. But Smitty, I did watch your video. I believe Patrick Peterson could be a good fit.
That came out of left field, man.
P squared.
Pushing P
I
trying to get down here to the
would
egg,
love
bro.
it though. I would love it.
I would love
Because
it.
if you look,
I would
at
love
what he did last year, a 32-year-old with 5 interceptions. How
Yeah,
often did you see that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And then plus he could
that means his awareness is still there. That means field awareness is there. His knowledge for the game is still there. So yeah, that can rub off on everybody else. Look at Darren Hall. He showed he can rub off on him. Rub off on him like a piece of butter on toast because he was getting burnt out the toast.
Man.
Let's see. The thing
And
is,
hopefully-
the guys like Patrick Peterson and Jalen Ramsey is like both of those guys. Me necessarily, I wouldn't want Jalen Ramsey, but both of those guys, you could kick them back to safety. They got a Rod Wisdom type of skill set.
They do.
So it's
That's true.
Once that 40 get sub 4.5, go ahead and kick him to the back.
Yep.
And
I would
let
prefer
him ball hawk.
I prefer Peterson on the back end like that at safety. I think Ramsey still has a lot more to prove at corner. He's had a down year, and being such an egomaniac like he is, he's gonna want to prove that he's still that guy. You know what I mean? He gave up so many touchdowns this year. He definitely didn't look like himself. So yeah, but to Patrick Peterson on the back end as a safety, hell yeah, absolutely.
And I think he could teach D. Off and Darren Hall more about the corner that position as well. Because let's be real, I know we're getting tired of seeing these cornerbacks being 10 yards off the ball.
Yeah. Oh man, I like this comment right here by one time by the fan, man. One time for the fan because he slighted me on Twitter on that matter, brother. You gonna get your call in one day. I'm gonna get you, man, for sure.
Man.
Hey, but I'm gonna let some more people get on the line, man. I'm about to get ready to head back in work, man. Hey, good pleasure talking to all of y'all, man.
No doubt.
Right, BP.
Appreciate
I'll
you
take
always
these
support my
votes.
brother.
Yeah, all right. Y'all be good, man.
You too,
All
man.
right, man. We got Coach Wallace Smith in here. What's going on, Coach Wallace? Coach Wallace.
What's going on, everybody?
That's my dog right there.
What's going on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Are you breaking up a little bit? Oh, like he muted himself. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. The thing is that the possibilities are endless. With this defense moving forward, like we could go after Christian Gonzalez because the D line is deep in this draft. So if you go wait to the second round, you can still get guys. I mean, think about it. Marcus Davenport went to University of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah.
we picked on the Saints for years about them, and I mean, now we're sitting here like, shoot, I mean, we can use Marcus Davenport.
Hell yeah, we could.
I was looking at Todd McShay and Mel Kiper draft the other night, and they were talking about running backs, how you don't take them in the first round. And they were talking about all the backs that fell to the second and third round, like Alvin Kamara, which they'll compare it to Jamar Gibbs, and I definitely agree with that. And I look at Tyler Algier, 5th round pick, Jamal Anderson, former Falcons 7th round pick. So, I mean, it makes sense. At the end of the day, you just need to get him somebody that's going to sustain him and make both of them, wet out in defense. And I think, to be honest, I think I put it out there in my last draft. There's a guy out there that can do that. But where they pick him, that I don't know.
Okay.
Sound like Wallace back up.
Hello?
Coach Wallace, you up?
Yeah, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
How y'all doing today?
All right.
All right.
Oh, you break it up again, Coach. Yeah. Now, if you don't mind me asking, Smitty, who was that running back you were talking about, or are we gonna leave a cliffhanger so they can go watch a video?
No, I ain't gonna leave them hanging on the cliff because I might step on their fingers and they might fall. But it's one guy I watched last year, man. Is Eric Gray, running back from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He has a 4.4 speed. He's about 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere in there, about 215, I think. And he's a power runner, violent, hits the holes real hard. He's just like Tyler Algier. He hits the hole hard. Good vision. Average 6.4 yards a carry, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. So I could see him, as a running mate for Algier. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, I just don't think Cordell Patterson is gonna be playing running back like that next year.
No,
I don't either.
He's gonna be more of a glue guy. So
yeah,
they would definitely go after another running back.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing that I was actually thinking about, because I was like, would we get a veteran guy to come in? Because you got a lot of young Thundercats in that running back room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you still got Cordell Patterson, who, he carried us at running back for a good year and a half. But do you get like a veteran guy who's played running back his whole career to come in and say, hey, this is what you do in this situation, this is what you do in that situation, kind of thing? Because I mean, you definitely need that.
Yeah, but that depends on who you get, though. You have to get a guy like a Jamal Williams who was in Detroit. By the way, he broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record.
That's crazy, ain't it?
A guy like that,
all off of 1 yard touchdowns, man.
You remember? I'm gonna take him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
take it back a little this year, bro.
Man, boy, I'm telling you. I'm gonna take it back a little further. If y'all remember, Neil Anderson played for the Bears when he backed up Walter Payton. You need that kind of running back who don't mind being, the second fiddle. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, Alvin Kamara, he played the second fiddle very well. That's why I said I would love Jamar Gibbs from Alabama, because I just think he would add another dynamic to the offense, the way he can catch the football.
Yeah.
So so
man, you never know. Coach Wallace,
strange feeling, man. They're gonna probably end up looking at David Montgomery too, man. They're gonna go into
that old Bear
pipeline too. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you're breaking up,
Hello?
though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can get on a better area. Right now.
Sit in the corner over there by the coffee table with a lamp.
Maybe you're right. Let me move in another area. How about now?
There you go.
There we go. You good.
Okay. Yeah, I think this was a good hire. You got so to me, I was either him or Fangio, since he's a younger guy with a probably creative mind. Then we ain't got to worry about him going anywhere.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, because
And then,
I know that you
and
might
then we'll
not agree
probably
with
go
me,
back.
Coach Wallace. I know that you might not agree with me, Coach Wallace, but Dean got kind of stubborn a few times last year. Now
Yeah, he did.
he got a little
Yeah.
stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what y'all think? We'll probably go back to the 4-3 with Grady playing his more natural position.
I would love for that to happen, man.
We'll see. We'll get the answer to that question when the draft rolls around, or when free agency start. If they go out to big name defensive tackle, I think they move back to the 4-3. But the way they have their linebacker set up now, I think it makes more sense to stay in the 3-4.
Yeah.
Because they've got athletic linebackers. So I think that would be the best move. And you talk about Arnold Ebiketie, he's best standing up. So you got to look at that roster. Yeah, so we'll know soon.
But what?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say, but would it be a different? Because he's a more 4-3 guy than he is of a 3-4 guy. Then that way you're going to see Davenport coming over.
See, the thing is, Davenport, he can play 3-4 or 4-3.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he can play both.
Long enough. But see, the thing is, you got guys like, but see, you got guys like the Arnold Ebiketies and the D'Angelo Malones. It's like, if you go back to 4-3, like, they kind of going to be stuck in no man's land because, they're too small to play that 4-3 defensive end. And, you don't want to put them out there, 5 yards behind the ball to, guard guys coming out the backfield and things like that. They're more.
That's true.
Yeah.
North and south guys.
Absolutely.
I got a question for y'all. Do you think that with this hire, do you think they'll flirt now with the idea of featuring Troy Anderson on the outside? We have so much bulk in the middle, with Michael Walker, and if Rashaan Evans does re-sign, then where does that leave? Where does that leave Troy Anderson? I mean,
that's another situation. Let me tell you, this is why I went back up in the first round and got an edge rusher, because if they get another speed rusher on the outside to go along with Ebiketie and Malone, then you can exclusively keep Troy Anderson in the middle and use it as a direct line blitzer instead of an outside blitzer, and that may help him. Because he's downhill and he don't have to bend, turn no corners.
No, he
ain't
got to think.
The quarterback.
Yeah.
So he's better in coverage. So I think it's best he stay in the middle.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta think about it. It's like Michael Walker, he's gone. He's out of there. I don't think they're gonna bring him back.
You know why I think they'll keep him? Because they know what he can do as a
situation.
Rotational player.
Rotational piece.
And the only way that he leaves Atlanta is if he gets more money going elsewhere. And we all know Dan Quinn.
Oh man,
if he stayed in Dallas.
Drafted him.
Oh yeah, Dan staying in Dallas. They announced that yesterday.
Yeah, he's staying.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Staying, man.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I see. Jared brought up a great point, man. What would Washington want for Chase Young? That's a great question. And the reason why it's a great question is because he was on trade block last year when they were trying to get Russell Wilson. They offered anybody on the team. Only person was safe was Jonathan Allen. Nobody else. So what do y'all think they would take for Chase Young?
Man, because the thing is, he had all those injuries. That's the
thing, right?
Exactly.
That's the leverage that all teams have on him. Oh, you haven't played a full 16 yet. Wait, you don't command the first rounder. You in that sub package of 2 2s and a 3 maybe or whatever. But a skill set like him, you can only help but wonder. Like, God damn, man, wow, Chase Young to go with Ebiketie, man.
Next year is his third year?
Third year. No, fourth.
Third.
Oh, next year's his fourth.
20.
He was drafted in 2020. Yeah.
2020, yeah, fourth year.
2020. Yep.
I mean, that makes it go down to me because you're only gonna have him on that rookie deal for what, 1 year, 2 years at most.
Yeah. But a third and a fifth, you going into the draft and you looking at a third rounder with that kind of skill set, you just get them that draft pick. They'll take it. They need a lot of help too. They need a quarterback. They need people in the secondary. They got a great defensive line, but behind the line, They need linebackers, so yeah, they'll take it.
Yeah.
And they can draft his replacement.
Man, the thing is, it's like, look, at the end of the day, you talk about all those things that the Washington Commanders need. Crazy, they beat us the last 2 years. it's crazy, right?
True. Yep. That's true, man.
They beat us the last 2 years.
Well, that game in Washington, we should have won that game, man. It wasn't no excuse.
We should have won the 1 year.
Yeah.
True.
We should have won the 1 year. Well, if
last time we beat them was 2018. I went to that game. That was the last time we beat them, man. In Washington. Game was good.
Yeah, Julio caught his first touchdown that game.
That's the one. I was right there. So I was like, oh shit. Oh, it's happening. God damn.
Damn over.
Yeah. Fell out the tree, boy.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Yep.
Must do fall out of the tree sometimes.
But hell yeah, they do that. This one fell hard, man. I was like, God damn, hell yeah. That's when good old Steve Stark was on the coaching staff, man.
I almost started writing with that the other day, so I ain't gonna even say nothing about that. But go ahead.
Now, did you have any more questions for us, Coach Wallace? Coach Roney told us to tell you to tell the grandbaby, hey.
She clapping her hands. Ooh, boy. You tell your age with that one, Coach Roney. My grandmama, you do that. You clap your hand, you kept running, but you was finna get it.
You already know what time it is.
Boy, you might as well just keep on running up there to the room and wait on that belt.
Man.
Patrick Dang says, now how do y'all feel about Deron Payne? I know we've done our share of videos and talked about it on lives, but I don't think I've seen Patrick on here before. So
I done made up my mind with that.
Yeah,
but
shout out Patrick, man.
I think it's the same situation like with Lamar Jackson. They're gonna have to trade for him, and they're not gonna take anything less than probably a first and a second. So we get Deron Payne, is gonna be via trade because I think they're gonna franchise tag him.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see. What you think, Alberto?
Oh man, that's the consolation prize right there, man. That's what it is, man. That's what it boils down to. But like Smitty said, man, it's one of those sign and trade type situations. I don't think Washington's that foolish to let him go, especially when you don't know what type of shape Chase Young is going to be at. So you kind of gotta like off balance, keep it balanced some way.
Yeah, but they got Montez Sweat. So
yeah, they got Montez Sweat, but it's gonna make a world of a difference when you ain't got another inside presence. Jonathan Allen's not gonna do it all; he can't do it all.
Right.
So you got to keep some semblance within that defensive line.
And to be honest, they would be stupid to let Deron Payne go.
Yeah,
it's paying.
I would love his services in Atlanta for a fact, man, for sure.
Definitely,
for sure.
Raymond Elder, he said we got to talk about this shirt. So he's asking about this shirt. This is a Toombs County shirt. I got family in Toombs County, Raymond. So that's what's going on with that. Chris B says, Big Low. So I don't know if y'all ever watched the streams. So Coach Roney put this rumor out that Arthur Smith and Marcus Mariota like to wrestle in their free time. I don't know where.
I'm not gonna ask what kind of wrestling, but go ahead.
I don't know where she came up with this. Anyway, so it's been an ongoing joke in the coaching staff.
She got to sit in the corner for that one.
So, Chris B says, Big Low says Marcus Mariota is a non-factor. You think Ryan Nielsen is a viable opponent versus Arthur Smith in a steel cage match?
A hell in a cell. Some WWE joint.
I don't know what. Man. Well, yeah, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd be scared to fight Arthur Smith. He looked like a slight serial killer. If you want, and the gaze in their eyes look kind of crazy.
Yeah. Arthur Smith. He looked like he was one of those offensive linemen. I wouldn't want to fool with.
He got that postal look in his face. Like, you say something wrong about me, man, I'm coming in. I'm doing something.
He one of those guys, like whenever you fall on the ground, you get up immediately because you don't want to be on the ground with him because they don't tell him what he gonna do.
That's true. Oh, man.
Yeah, his eyes so big, he be standing in front of me looking at me. I think he be looking behind me with them big ass eyes, like I'm finna get jumped or something.
I remember my daddy told me one time that they used to put Pepto Bismol in their mouth whenever he played football to make it look like they was
Sloppy. Yeah.
Like them
Oh
sloppy.
man.
I done heard that
man.
before.
I said, y'all was out there with the leather helmets and the
Damn, leather
foaming at the
helmets.
mouth like a rabbit dog.
yeah.
Man, y'all got me with this shit, man.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Chewing on Alka-Seltzer tablets.
I remember that from the Little Giants movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot.
So no. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good move though. I think this is things like this right here, hires like this kind of helps propel. And I mean, let's be honest, one thing that we didn't talk about, guys, is that whenever you hire inside of the division, it doesn't do anything but help you.
Yeah.
Because
he already know their strengths and weaknesses.
exactly.
Yeah,
He knows
bingo.
everything about them and the other two teams in the division. He's going against them 2 times a year.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
it doesn't do anything but help you.
Yep. Tampa Bay's
Yeah.
kryptonite was New Orleans. It's
Hello.
for the longest, you know. So yeah, same can be said for Carolina. So that's a true fact right there.
But the
man.
thing about the division of the game, they can also be damn unpredictable. Because you can go in motherfucker with undefeated record going against a team won one game, you can still lose.
Exactly.
So so I mean it's an advantage to a certain point, but if your coach prepare you the right way, I mean it'll still be an even playing field.
Exactly. Miller Mill says A-Lo is definitely better than that Frank Wright move.
Man, that was
that was wrong, man.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was wrong, man. Steve Wilkes did everything right for that organization. Turned them around, had them fighting for the division. And that's the way you pay that man back, man. And the players wanted to play for nobody but Wilkes, man. They came out and they vouched for the guy, man. Come on, you got to listen to your players, man, because man, they're in there with that coach, all the time. So they know all the tendencies. They know that man was the right man to lead them to the promised land, man, to that Super Bowl, whatever. So I don't understand that, man.
That what pissed me off about some of the owners, though, man.
Oh man,
This dude only been out of a job for 6 months, 8 months, and he turning right around and get another job when you got minority coaches, been waiting on head coaching job for 10, 15 years and can't get one. It's just not right, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, and somebody was like, yeah, but Frank Wright, he was the first quarterback to ever throw a pass for the Carolina Panthers. And I'm like,
so
what that mean?
I saw that. It was come for a full circle. Full circle, man.
Gee, he was old then.
Exactly.
That man got defaulted into a job that did not belong to him.
That man had great sideburn when he was playing quarterback for Carolina.
He was on the Just for Men box.
Oh man! Now
he was using that midnight cocoa bean.
Oh man! Yo, crazy.
Oh my God!
Where did Frank Wright come from originally? Was he in
Buffalo.
that Kansas City or Buffalo? Was, but coaching staff wise, was he ever coaching with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy?
I think he was the quarterback coach in Philadelphia.
Yeah. He went to Indy after that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see Eric Bieniemy leaving?
He'll be stupid
the situation.
The players familiar with him. He's familiar with the players. He'll be crazy to leave. He got an all-pro quarterback.
Yeah.
What sense would he make?
Yeah.
And
when you're playing with an all-world coach like Andy Reid ain't showing no signs of slowing down.
Well, they just said that he talked about stepping down.
Yeah, if he wins Super Bowl this year, I think he retires anyway.
Yeah, they said
he got nothing to play for.
He got nothing to play for. That's right. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if it was me, I was like, well, shoot, yeah. I think that's why he didn't leave last year because it was my dog. I think that's why he didn't leave last year.
Man. Oh,
but yeah, I mean, if Shaka, calm down. I think it's one of those cases where he's just waiting it out. He's trying to do what Josh McDaniels tried to do, for the Patriots. But he was like, "Look, man, this dude he ain't never going to leave." So
yeah,
that's another train wreck.
Oh man, I was just about to say that, but that's another year and he's out of there too because he ain't built to be a coach, bro. Nah.
Some guys are just better DCs. Why you think Dan Quinn decided to stay?
He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
Yep, they keep running that zone and getting killed in Dallas. That's all you got to do.
Shoot, man.
But
that guy hired more ex-coaches to be on our staff when he was around than God knows what. We had everybody, man. Everybody was on our staff that year.
You right, cause man, you right, cause he was out there handing out peppermints in the unemployment line.
Man.
But you know, you got to be honest about, you know, the hiring with Atlanta. How much time would they give him? If Arthur Smith gets fired this year, will he get boosted to coach, or will the next coach bring him in as a defensive coordinator? That's the only tricky thing about it. So he may be on a year-to-year contract. So we could be looking at a new defensive coordinator next year. So
that's a good question to ask.
I mean, I think if it's one of those cases where if they go ahead and make that move, if Arthur Smith gets fired, I think it'll be one of those cases where they'll keep the new coach. You know, they'll probably consider keeping him on the staff. I don't think it's too soon to bump him up. You know, you know,
can't say that because Sean McVay wasn't no offensive coordinator for a long time.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
You got to think about Nick Sirianni. Where the hell did he come from? The Chicago Bears coach. I had never heard of him until I seen his name on TV. I didn't even know where he came from. I Googled him and still couldn't find nothing.
Oh my God. The coach now?
Yeah, the coach now.
Whatever his name is.
I pressed send on Google. That shit said loading for about 15 minutes and got stuck.
Damn. That's crazy. See,
that's just what privilege do for you, though, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know. Any head coach in this league, I guarantee you, most on time to be a Belichick in some kind of way. I guarantee that. Think about it. College football is Nick Saban. Anybody been on his coaching staff, they can go get a job somewhere else. Anytime they get fired, they go right back to Alabama.
Hey, that's it.
That's true.
That's it. And then what happens after they leave?
Back to another coaching position.
A lot of times they get a head coaching job.
Head coaching job. Yep.
Look at Lane Kiffin. He went all the way from Florida Atlantic all the way back over to the coast of Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating, bro.
Sarkeesian,
Bill
O'Brien. Yep. Yeah, all the boys.
He's back in New
England. He back in New England.
Yeah, they just recycle, would-be coaches, man. That's all they do, man. I don't know. I don't understand.
And this tells you a lot. Did y'all see the video where Sarkeesian cussed out that staff member for touching him?
Oh, man, yeah, you put that one out.
If that was anybody else, they would have got fired on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't lie to you. I would have swung on him.
Big time.
I would have swung on him. Like, don't be yelling at me for doing my job. It would have been going down like there was a whale in the boat, Bo.
I give y'all another example.
Yelling at people doing my job? I would have said nothing. I just would have hauled off and caught him.
Kicked his ass through them goalposts. Man.
Oh Lord!
Wait a minute, we got We got Ty Nielsen.
I give y'all another messed up.
Son of Ryan Nielsen. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out. What's going on, Ty? Go ahead.
Hey man, tell your uncle he better do his job. But I tell y'all another messed up situation that irked me. The way they fired Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
They walked out on the middle of the field, couldn't even wait the man get to the locker room and fired him on the field.
And that's on wax too, man. That's on footage too, man. That's when both of the owners are standing at the end of the end zone, right?
The AD and the
That's
and the president,
man. Mm-hmm.
That was some bull.
Yeah, man, that was tough.
But I got to get out of here, man. I got to go take a drive right quick, pick my wife up, and like I said, man, we're gonna have a pop-up show Sunday, so you're welcome to join. We're gonna have a ball, man, just like always.
Definitely.
Numbers, facts, and jokes. That's what we do.
Hello.
We're gonna try.
Can't be
deliver that good old good.
Can't be.
But thank you for letting me come on, man. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for always supporting your boy. Truly appreciate it. And everybody in the chat, please go press that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I don't know if you put it in the description, but still go press that like button, man.
I'll definitely put it in there, Smitty. Tell everybody where to find you at, too.
Hey, they know where to find me, man. Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, cracking jokes, because that's what I do. And you can find me every Tuesday night at 8:00. And
He be lying. Smitty be starting wars, man. Smitty
hey man, I be doing it. Hey, you got
I'm still catching strays over here.
I'm like, damn, let me go see what Smitty did. God damn, Smitty, what you doing, man?
Alberto come in the room like this.
Yep. Is it safe to be in there? Hold up.
Oh man. But man, like I said, man, thank you for letting me come on, man. Truly appreciate it. I will catch you if you want to come on Sunday. I'll see you Sunday. Alberto, I'll holler at you later, bro.
I'll let you in a little bit, man, for sure.
No doubt.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Yes,
appreciate it, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, I think moving forward, I think this is the right move.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like it kind of gives us a little bit of a chance to be kind of malleable with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, if you go with the Hargraves, it won't hurt you. If you go with the Miles Murphy, it won't hurt you.
It won't hurt you. No.
You know, so I mean,
yeah, they're gonna start looking at guys that are used to playing an attack style defense. That's exactly what New Orleans has been. That's all they're known for. They're a very aggressive defense, and that's probably a tip in what direction we might go in the draft or even free agency. So yeah, definitely agree with that, man.
Exactly,
love that.
Man.
I do. I like the hire. I like the hire. You know, it's a fresh face. It's a young guy. You know what I mean? And who knows? He could build some type of longevity with the organization. Who knows? Come up in whatever ways. You know, if they decide to part ways with Arthur Smith in the future and he's waiting in the wings, who knows? You know, but it's all going to be predicated on what he does for us and that defensive staff. Which is another thing too, man. It's going to be interesting to see what names they bring in to fill in these other roles. You know, John Hoke is out. Ted Marciano's out. Gary Emanuel is out. So we'll see. I really hope they do keep Frank Bush, man.
I do too.
He did a hell of a job, man, on that pop-up DC spot when Pease got hurt, and it was against New Orleans.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So
you know, I'm eager to see. I'm hoping that he just brings his whole own, defensive staff. I mean, because sometimes it's like, and just reevaluate the guys that are already here, and interview those guys. But I feel like whenever things just haven't been working, like try something new. You know what I'm saying? Like just try something new. So
sure.
It's one of those situations. Old Bodie from One Time for the Fan, he says, love the aggressive nature this DC brings. It's all about disrupting the quarterback. # rise up, fellas.
Hell yeah. You already know. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
You already know, man.
Yep.
You already know. So before we head out, I want everybody to put in the comment, what grade would you give this hire for the Atlanta Falcons? Me, myself, I'll give it a solid B+.
Right there with you.
But
absolutely.
y'all let us know in the comments, what grade would you give the Atlanta Falcons?
Definitely, I agree with you, and also it's very exciting to see what kind of players we're going to start targeting. That's my thing there, because with the cap room that we have, nothing's out of reach. Like other years, we ain't bargain shopping no more. Now we getting these big dogs now. You know what I mean? So if that be a Deron Payne or Javon Hargrave, hell, even Larry Ogunjobi, one of these guys.
Yes.
Oh my God, man, sky's the limit, man. I just can't wait. And also another thing too, interested to see how they're going to feature the linebackers now, because linebacker really wasn't a strength on New Orleans defense. It was always that front four, or the front four. So what they're going to do, what pieces can they bring in to elevate what we already have? Are they sold on Rashaan Evans going forward, or do they see him as a replaceable guy? Okay, who do they bring in? So there's so many things with this hire, man. It's just it just gets you going, bro. Gets you going, man.
Get you going. Look, man, this offseason is gonna be so fun, bro.
Hell, I can't wait, man. I know shit's gonna start rolling once the Super Bowl is over.
It's gonna be
that
crazy.
Next Monday, you're gonna start hearing names. This guy's gonna be possibly up for franchising. They're gonna move away from this guy. This is what's going on, so I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I'm ready for the rumors to start rolling, Bo.
Yes,
I'm ready for the rumors to start rolling, because the speculation is killing me. It's killing me.
Facts, man.
You know, and especially for us, because you know we content creators. It's like it's our job to speculate.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of those cases. I'm just ready for. I'm ready for it to go down, bro.
Yeah, it's my first year doing this content creating thing, so it is definitely spicy. So you know what I
Yes,
mean?
it is.
Indeed, man. So
Yes, it is. Well, look, I do want to tell you. I do want to tell you that it's your first year doing it, but you are killing it. You're doing a great job.
Thank you,
You're
man. I
doing a great
appreciate that.
job, Alberto.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Look, everybody in the chat, I need y'all to make sure that y'all go to Alberto's channel. Alberto, tell everybody where they can find you at, bro.
Oh, man. I'm right here on YouTube, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Just started the platform in July, man. I'm up to 450 subscribers, man. I thank each and every one of the folks that, you know, subscribe to my channel, man. I get people reaching out to me on the daily to throw videos and answer topics. So it's a true blessing. I definitely owe it to my guy, Smitty, man, because he's the one that's always been pushing, like, yo, man, you got to get it going. You got to get it going. I had cold feet until one day I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. Let's go. Let's roll. And it's gotten me this far. So I appreciate the plug, man. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, man, look, first of all, Alberto, he's a lot like my homeboy Bodie and the One Time for the Fan guys. It's like he is legit, especially when it comes to draft time. Because this is your first off season getting ready for the draft, right?
Yep.
So Alberto, when it comes to the draft, his draft analysis is on point.
Thank you,
y'all.
Man.
Make sure that y'all check it out. As a matter of fact, Alberto, I'm putting your link in the chat right now.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it.
Y'all
man.
make sure that y'all go to Alberto's channel and sub him up. Great Falcons content. Check them out. Make sure that you check them out. Shouts out to old Bodie in here.
Yeah, Bodie, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that, man. Looking to collab with those boys over there one day, too, man. They got some good stuff. Definitely catch you guys on Sundays, man. So I be tuning in, man.
Great stuff. Y'all check out One Time for the Fan, man.
Yeah.
One Time for the Fan. This it's legit, man. It's legit.
Absolutely,
but look,
man.
I need y'all make sure that y'all hit the subscribe button over here as well at Big Low Kuntry Sports. Hit the like button. Make sure that you like and share the channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself.
No, that's right. Can't be selfish, man.
You can't be selfish with it, bro.
Hell no, man. Well, I can't be selfish with one thing. And that's a cast iron pot of cornbread. I saw that somebody was going to make that. So I'm very, very intrigued. I'm thinking, you know what? As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm on the next flight out. I'm coming down to the A, man.
So good old Jiffy. Can't beat the Jiffy, bro.
Bro, man, my wife be throwing down. She uses the Jiffy box and whatnot.
The Jiffy be in.
It does, man. Man, put extra butter on that joint, man. You good? Or honey, man, you all set, bro.
Man, you can't beat it, bro.
Can't beat it.
See, Val said, look, I subscribe to you.
Thank you, Val. I appreciate you. Thank you so
Turner
much.
said they subscribe to you.
I appreciate you, fam. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the plug, man. Definitely.
Antonio, you said, wait a minute, is this Bodie from The Wire?
Oh man.
Oh man, y'all look crazy, man.
Love, man.
Brian Peoples, it was great to chop it up with you.
Yeah, Brian Peoples. Yep, absolutely,
definitely, man. Yeah, we definitely enjoyed it. Ty says Big Low is family. You already know.
Yes,
sir. Already know. Well, look, it's one of those cases up. Dan the Man subscribed you up, bro.
Oh, thank you, Dan the Man. Appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Look, y'all. So this is the next step that the Atlanta Falcons are taking to get back to the playoffs. These are the types of moves that you have to make. Sometimes it's not the most sexy, but sometimes that's what you got to do, bro. So,
yeah, hey, that's right.
Moving forward. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got Superman chat. Padre says, Alberto, keep smiling like a possum in the sun, bro. Already locked into your channel.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, this is dope, man. Yo, I'll tell you one thing. The other night when it was me, you, Tidy, we all were on, and I brought up the pig in the sunshine comment, and I told him, I was like, listen, man, my pops being from Warner Robins and stuff like that. So after the fact, I talked to him. I was like, Pops, why ain't you got stuff like these guys? You ain't authentic, man. What the hell's going on? I haven't heard you say now one of these things. You ain't defending me, man. I'm like, you gotta say, hey, listen, come back with this. Say this on the show. Maybe we'll get them a laugh or two. I'm like, man, get up out of here with that, man.
Man, Pops got him. He just don't want to let it go. That's what
No, we know. He's selfish.
Pops got it. He just don't want to let it go.
That's
Padre,
crazy, bro.
we appreciate it. And it's a dead pig in sunshine.
Yeah,
Padre.
not the
If you smile, if it's a possum smiling, it's a possum with a sweet potato. But that being said, appreciate that. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Says Coach, I'm here. Alberto, I just subbed up, brother.
Damn.
So look,
Thank
look
you, bro.
here, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Look at that. Hopefully we
That's
get
a lot of
Alberto
love,
some subs so he can get closer to that 1K.
Yeah, trying to get there little by little, man. Trying to put in this work, man. I got some videos coming out soon, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, and we on and rolling, man.
That's it, man. That's it. Well, look, I appreciate everybody coming on, chopping it up with us on this impromptu show on Friday night. I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. You know, until next time, y'all take it easy, man. What the world,
Blessings,
bro?
man. Take care, everybody. Thank you.